Hey everyone, before we dive into this story, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Now, let's get started. The weekly Sunday dinner at my parents' home had turned into a predictable routine of embarrassment for me. Positioned at the far end of the table, I nudged limp, overcooked veggies with my fork, while my sister Emma basked in the spotlight, sharing news of her recent promotion to junior analyst at a local bank. "I'm getting a corner cubicle," she declared, her tone brimming with self-satisfaction. "Plus, I'll be overseeing the student loan accounts. It's a major responsibility." Mom clasped her hands, beaming. "Oh, darling, a corner cubicle at 26? We're so proud." Dad lifted his wine glass. "To Emma, who's carving out a solid career at a reputable company. At least one person in this family knows what real work entails." The jab was aimed at me as always. At 29, I'd spent the past 6 years building CloudSync, a data integration platform for corporate clients. My parents never grasped what I did, never inquired, and certainly never celebrated it. To them, I was the letdown who tinkered with computers instead of landing a proper job. "How's the computer thing going, Maya?" Uncle Rich asked, his voice tinged with obligation rather than curiosity. Before I could respond, Dad interjected. "She's still messing around with that website stuff, coding or whatever it is. I keep telling her to apply at Emma's bank. They've got IT jobs, stable ones with benefits." I corrected him. "It's not a website, Dad. It's an enterprise SaaS platform." He chuckled. "See, I don't even know what that means, Maya. That's not a real job title. When are you going to drop this hobby and get serious about your future?" The table erupted in laughter, echoing his dismissal. Emma leaned in, her face a mask of mock concern. "Maya, I know you love your little projects, but Mom and Dad are right. You need security. My bank's hiring for IT support. I could recommend you. The starting pay is not much, maybe $40,000, but it's a start." $40,000. I earned that in monthly interest alone, but they were clueless. "I'm okay with what I'm doing," I said softly. Mom sighed dramatically. "Maya, we're just concerned. You're nearly 30, living in that cramped apartment, driving that beat-up car. We want you to be stable, like Emma. She just got approved for a fancy downtown condo." What they didn't know, my cramped apartment was a penthouse I owned outright in the city's most prestigious building, registered under an LLC for privacy. My beat-up car was a vintage Porsche 911 I'd lovingly restored. I preferred staying under the radar, a lesson the tech world taught me. Quiet excellence outshines loud mediocrity. Then Emma spoke up, her sympathetic glance twisting my stomach. "Actually, I need a favor, Maya. My condo down payment left me short. Could you lend me $2,000 for furniture? I figure you might have some savings from your computer stuff." The table fell silent, all eyes on me. $2,000? I donated $50,000 to a tech education nonprofit the previous week. CloudSync served 47 enterprise clients, including 3 Fortune 100 giants, with annual recurring revenue surpassing $60 million. Microsoft, Amazon, and Google had all approached me for acquisition talks. "I'm a bit tied up right now," I said cautiously. Dad frowned. "Maya, your sister needs help. Family supports family. Surely you can spare a couple grand." Mom chimed in. "Your father's right. Emma's always been there for you. Remember when she lent you her work clothes for that job interview 5 years ago?" That interview I'd intentionally tanked because I'd already launched CloudSync and landed my first client. To them, it was just another of my failures. "I'll consider it," I replied, glancing at my phone as it buzzed. "See, this is the issue," Dad said, pointing his fork at me. "Always glued to that phone, distracted by your games. You need to focus on reality, Maya, real relationships, real work." The notification was from my lawyer. Microsoft's offer is final. $340 million, all cash. Press release set for tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Congratulations. My heart raced. 6 years of grueling 18-hour days, coding until my vision blurred, endless client meetings, product refinements, and rejections before the breakthroughs. Now, undeniable validation. Dad's voice pulled me back. "Are you even listening? This is exactly what I mean. Put that phone away and connect with your family. I pocketed the phone. Sorry, work email. Emma smirked. Work email on a Sunday? That's not healthy, Maya. You need work-life balance. They teach us that in corporate training. Mom nodded. Your sister's right. This obsession with your computer hobby isn't normal. It's consuming you. Uncle Rich cleared his throat. I know a guy who runs a small IT consulting firm. Steady work. I could introduce you, Maya. It might be more reliable than whatever you're doing. Dad, cut in. Don't be stubborn. Pride won't pay your bills. 6 years is long enough to chase a fantasy. Time to grow up. 6 years. An accusation, as if I'd squandered my 20s. They had no clue those years built something remarkable. Dinner droned on, centered on Emma's triumphs, her 3% raise, her invite to the bank's quarterly management meeting, her new embossed business cards. Each milestone was dissected and praised. Mom had already framed Emma's promotion letter for the hallway. My office, meanwhile, boasted a wall of industry accolades: Innovation Leader of the Year, Top Enterprise SaaS Platform, Entrepreneur Under 30. My parents had never seen them. They'd never visited my office or asked about my work. Oh, Maya, Mom said as she served dessert. Mrs. Patterson from church asked about you. Her son Derek just made partner at his law firm. I told her you might want to meet him. He's successful, stable, someone to balance your uncertainty. Uncertainty. That's what they called my life. I'm not interested in setups, I said. Mom pressed. You're not getting younger, and let's be honest, you need someone financially secure. Your income's so unreliable. Emma patted my hand. Mom's right. Meet him. Derek could probably offer career advice, too. Lawyers understand contracts and business. He might help make your hobby more legitimate. My phone buzzed repeatedly. Notifications flooded in. Texts from my CTO. Board members, investors. Then I saw it. TechCrunch had published early. Microsoft acquires CloudSync for $340 million. Founder Maya Chin, 29, among youngest tech entrepreneurs to exit. The article featured my photo from last month's industry conference, standing next to Satya Nadella. My stomach dropped. The press release wasn't supposed to drop until morning. Someone had leaked it. What's wrong? Emma asked. You look pale. Before I could respond, Uncle Rich's phone pinged. Then Dad's, then Emma's. Uncle Rich glanced at his screen, then at me. Maya. There's a Maya Chin in the news. Tech deal or something. Same last name. My throat tightened. Dad squinted at his phone. CloudSync? Wait, isn't that your thing, Maya? Emma was already reading, her expression shifting from curiosity to disbelief. No way. Dad. It says Maya Chin sold her company to Microsoft for $340 million. Silence enveloped the table. Mom laughed nervously. That's absurd. It must be another Maya Chin. Our Maya makes websites. Emma's voice trembled. Mom, look at the photo. That's Maya, shaking hands with Microsoft CEO at a conference. She showed her phone. There I was at the Enterprise Tech Summit 3 weeks ago, an event I'd skipped Sunday dinner for, which they brushed off when I mentioned it. You said you were visiting a friend in Seattle, Mom whispered. I was. A friend who's the CEO of Microsoft. Dad's face paled. You're saying you sold your company for $340 million. I nodded. The press release was set for tomorrow, but it leaked early. Emma scrolled frantically. It says you founded CloudSync 6 years ago. You have 47 enterprise clients, Amazon, Google, Goldman Sachs. You're one of the top entrepreneurs in cloud infrastructure. I confirmed. Goldman Sachs is our biggest client. Emma mumbled. I processed their loan paperwork. Uncle Rich read aloud. Forbes featured you in 30 under 32 years ago. Maya, why didn't you tell us? My voice was calm but firm. I tried. 6 years ago, I said I was starting a company. Dad called it a hobby. 4 years ago, I invited you to our series of funding party. You were busy. 2 years ago, I won Innovator of the Year at a global tech summit. I brought it up at Christmas, and Emma pivoted to her gym membership. Mom's hand shook as she set down her glass. But you never said you were making money. You drive that old car, live in that tiny place. I explained that old car is a 1973 Porsche 911 I restored myself because I love classics. My tiny place is a 3,000 square foot penthouse in Millennium Tower, owned through an LLC for privacy. I keep a low profile because success changes how people treat you. $340 million, Dad muttered, stunned. And you let us think you were struggling. Let Emma offer you a $40,000 IT job. I replied, you never asked what I did. You never cared to know. For 6 years, every Sunday, you called my work a hobby, a game, a waste. You measured me against Emma's traditional path and deemed me a failure. Emma's face fell. The furniture loan. God, you must have thought I was pathetic asking for $2,000. I admitted, I thought it was sad that my sister assumed I was so broke when I just donated $50,000 to charity. Mom started sobbing. We didn't know, Maya. How could we if you didn't tell us? I countered. I told you over and over. You chose not to hear me. My phone rang, Satya Nadella. I need to take this, I said, stepping into the living room. It's Microsoft CEO. Satya's voice was warm. Sorry about the leak. You okay? I sighed. I'm fine. Just handling family reactions. They thought I was unemployed. He chuckled kindly. Congrats on your success and on telling them. The board's thrilled. We're planning a celebration in Seattle next week. Bring your family. I replied diplomatically, we'll see. Back at the table, my family sat in stunned silence. Dad scrolled through articles. Mom dabbed her eyes. Emma looked ill. That was Satya Nadella, I said evenly. He invited me to a celebration in Seattle and suggested I bring family. Dad's voice cracked. I don't understand. Why let us think? I cut in. I didn't let you think anything. You assumed. You saw the daughter who didn't meet your expectations, who strayed from the conventional path. It was easier to dismiss my work than to understand it. Mom pleaded. We would have been proud if we'd known. I asked, would you? Or would you have downplayed it? Maya got lucky. Maya's in a tech bubble. Maya needs a real job as a backup. I've heard that my whole life. Uncle Rich stared at me. That IT firm I mentioned. The owner would beg to work with you, wouldn't he? I nodded. CloudSync has a wait list of 300 companies. We stopped taking new clients 6 months ago because we couldn't scale fast enough. Emma's voice was faint. I told you to get work-life balance, that you were obsessed. And you were building this. She paused. I'm so sorry, Maya. The apology lingered, insufficient and belated. My phone buzzed, a text from my CTO. Team celebration tomorrow at the office. Champagne, press interviews. You in? I replied, absolutely. I need to go, I said, grabbing my jacket. I have a company acquisition to oversee, press to prep for, and a team to celebrate with. You know, my hobby. Dad stood. Wait, Maya. We can talk. We're proud of you. So proud. I asked, proud of me or the money? He had no answer. I looked at my family, the people meant to support, believe in, and celebrate me. For 6 years, they hadn't. Emma, about that furniture loan, I said. I'll send you $5,000, a housewarming gift. But no, it's not because I owe you. It's because I can afford to be generous even when others weren't. I headed for the door, pausing. Oh, and Dad, that corner cubicle Emma's so proud of? CloudSync's interns have private offices with better views, but I'm sure her embossed business cards are nice. As I left, I heard Mom's voice break. We've lost her. We've completely lost her. The next morning, I stood in CloudSync's office with my team, the people who'd believed in my vision when my family hadn't. We popped champagne and watched the news. Microsoft's acquisition of CloudSync is one of the biggest enterprise software deals this year, the anchor said. Founder Maya Chin, just 29, is among the youngest entrepreneurs to exit at this valuation. Experts praise her innovative data integration approach and rapid scaling while maintaining quality. My phone buzzed nonstop. Congratulations from investors, clients, competitors, interview requests from Forbes, Fortune, TechCrunch, speaking invites from global conferences, and 14 missed calls from my parents. I didn't return them. Instead, I opened my laptop, planning CloudSync's transition to Microsoft, outlining my next venture, and sketching ideas for a startup accelerator to fund young entrepreneurs whose families doubted them. 6 years ago, Dad called my work computer games. Today, those games sold for $340 million.